of the Jewish people. We're ordering them. The war of mitzvah of the land of Israel, the inheritances of the tribes of Israel, the matter of the cities of the Leviim, the cities of refuge, and so on and so forth. Now, what sews together really these matters, if we understand that the 42 times that the Jewish people traveled, that number 42 has something to do with the rest of the Parsha. Why? You saw the Leviim, they're not Luftmenschen. They're not people with their heads in the air. They have to live somewhere. Nachon. They're not having a geographic region, an inheritance like others have, but they have to live somewhere. Each of the 12 tribes, in their legislation, they're going to give a segment of their land for the Leviim to live there, all across the country. 42 cities is what God ordains. 42 divided by 12. Each tribe will give
4.
That's too much, each tribe. No? 42 divided by 12.
Wait, that's 40.
Some tribes will give 3, and some tribes will give 4. And we'll get a sum of 42 cities of Leviim. That number 42, it wasn't, they rolled the dice and it came out 42. That has something to do with the 42, what?
Years.
42 journeys of travelings that Bnei Yisrael did. These two matters, I went through 42 travelings, 42 cities of the Leviim. The number 42, our sages teach us, Masei Kiddushin, is also a very long name of God. And it's only handed out to special people to know it. It could be, in fact, the name of God that the Kohen Gadol would recite, entering into the Holy of Holies on the very special day of Yom Kippur. In other words, this beginning of chapter 33, 42 travelings, has something to do about the tribe of Leviim. Some of you know the tribe of Levi has to be provided for economically, materialistically. Since they will not have land to generate revenues, where will they eat from? They have nothing. They have no ability, really, to be making money to support themselves. They're going to receive taxes from the tribes of Israel. We have Masei Rishon, and we have other gifts that are given to the Leviim. The Leviim will not have the ability to experience living, farming, and tilling the land of Israel. Okay? Rather, they're going to receive areas to live, but it's not like theirs. It will be given a gift from each of the tribes. It's as if the Leviim are like strangers. They're not grounded in a national area where it belongs to their grandparents and so on and so forth. Therefore, when you see or notice mitzvot of charity in the Torah, and the Torah talks about the yatom, the orphan, the almanah, the widow, and the gerasha b'sharecha, it talks about the Levi as well. It often talks about the Levi as well as with the orphan and with the widow and so on and so forth. It's as if the Leviim, they are going to be collecting charity because they're not financially sound. You understand what I'm trying to say? Therefore, the Leviim are like the Jewish people on the road, journeying and traveling. The Leviim are like a group that's always on the derech. Okay? Someone who's journeying and traveling all the time is a sojourner. He's not grounded in a piece of land. Okay? It's not like you, the tribe of Shimon, or like you, the tribe of Reuven, or like you, the tribe of Gad, that you've seized onto a land. You have a land. They're Leviim, it's like they're in movement. They're related to movement, or in the language of the Shnei Luchot HaBrit, the Shlach Kadosh, he calls the Leviim Tnuat the movement of the soul, he calls them. Okay? So just like the Jewish people traveled 42 times in their desert existence, so too the Leviim, they have to be like a segment of the population in movement, in traveling. They're going to be scattered all over the place. They're not going to be living like a tribe, like one tribe lives in one general area, Yehuda, south of Yerushalayim, and so on and so forth, or Naphtali up in the upper Galilee. Leviim will be scattered all across the country, and they will create the spirit of people that, even though they're not grounded into a certain place, they're always like in movement, and that's why there are 42 cities. It reflects the 42 times that we were traveling. Yet, you should know, there's a value. There's a value for people that are in transit. There is a value for people that are traveling and waiting to camp themselves. And it's not simple to be traveling all the time. It's not healthy. You need a lot of faith, a lot of greatness of security in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And therefore, 42 represents a name of God. 42-lettered name of God. Something fantastic. And that gives us them the ability to move from one station to the next station. Do you at all know a prayer written by Rabbi Nechunya ben Akaneh, a great Tanaic scholar? Ana bechoach, gedulat yemincha, tartir tzrura. 6 words times, what is there, about a little less than 8 lines there? You have 42 words in that prayer. Where does it appear, this prayer? Ana bechoach? Kabbalat Shabbat. When we're transiting in between Yom Chol and accepting the Shabbat, this is like cushioning us to move from Yom Chol to Yom Shabbat. Where else does it appear in the Siddur? In the Korbanot. When we're about to finish the Korbanot section and go to the Psukei de Zimra, we meet up with Ana Bechoach. 7 sentences, 6 words on each sentence. He, Rabbi Nechunya ben Akaneh, the author, the Tanaic author of this great prayer, was one of the great Tanaim that emphasized the pnimiut, the intrinsic value of the Torah, not only the external, outside value, but the intrinsic. So he authors a prayer when you're in transit, going from one place to another place. So too, you can see when you enter into the Beit Midrash, and it appears in some of your Sidurim, there's a prayer for the author of this prayer. There are people that when they go in, especially great rabbis, that may I only say the right things and not say the wrong things and not cause anyone to make a mistake or error. Also, you're coming in from the mundane world into the holy world of the Beit Midrash. That's a special prayer that he, Rabbi Nechunya ben Akaneh, authored. So we see that he is an author of this prayer that helps you transit, cross from one stage in life to another stage in life. So too, all of these 42 times that the Jewish people traveled, it was going from one stage to another stage, one difficulty to a new difficulty. We never knew when. Will we camp? We never know what it'd be for half a day, 2 days, or 3 days, and so on and so forth. Well, we do know that there's a deep connection we can better understand now